Breaking news, Dub Nation. The Golden State Warriors have just made a massive power move. Jakob Poeltl has officially signed to join forces with Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. This changes everything. The Warriors aren't just stacking talent, they're building a complete championship machine. Poeltl brings size, defense, and smart plays to a team already packed with elite scorers. And hold on, rumors are heating up that the Warriors are also pushing to sign Kai Sotto next. Could we be looking at the most unstoppable frontcourt in the NBA? This is not a drill Poeltl is in, and the Warriors might just be getting started. Stay locked in because what's coming next might just break the internet and the league. The NBA world has just been rocked with a move that no one saw coming. Jakob Poeltl, the highly skilled and incredibly efficient big man, has just signed with the Golden State Warriors. That's right, Dub Nation, the Warriors front office has made a bold and urgent decision to bring in a piece that could finally complete their championship puzzle. And with rumors flying around that the Warriors are still eyeing Kai Sotto to solidify their frontcourt depth, it's starting to look like this team is about to get real scary, real fast. This is the kind of strategic, under-the-radar move that championship contenders make when they're dead serious about a title run, and it's sending shockwaves across the league. Now picture this for a second: Stephen Curry operating the offense like the maestro he is, Jimmy Butler bringing relentless grit and playoff experience on the wing, and now Jakob Poeltl, a towering, physical presence in the paint, anchoring the defense, cleaning the glass, and setting rock-solid screens. That's a three-headed monster of skill, leadership, and sheer determination. But it gets even crazier. The Warriors aren't done. Sources inside the league are whispering that the front office is in advanced talks to add international sensation Kai Sotto. Can you imagine that? Two bigs, one seasoned and one rising star, joining a roster already loaded with championship DNA. So let's break this down. Jakob Poeltl is one of the most underrated bigs in the NBA. He might not grab headlines like Jokic or Embiid, but his impact is undeniable. At 7'1", he's a legit rim protector, an elite rebounder, and a savvy passer out of the post. His basketball IQ is off the charts, and his pick-and-roll defense is among the best in the league. He's the kind of player who does all the dirty work: the screens, the hustle plays, the smart switches, and makes his teammates better. And now he's bringing all of that to the Bay Area. Golden State has been looking for a big who can fill the gaps on both ends of the court. With Draymond Green getting older and Kevin Looney struggling to consistently dominate physically, the Warriors have lacked that consistent interior presence. Poeltl instantly changes that. He's not just a band-aid fix, he's a long-term answer. His presence will allow the Warriors to run more flexible lineups, giving Steve Kerr the ability to rest Draymond, space the floor better, and even use Poeltl as a high-post facilitator, something that fits perfectly with their motion-heavy offense. But the real genius behind this move is how it balances the team. With Jimmy Butler now in the mix, you've got a hard-nosed veteran who thrives in the playoffs, who defends like a bulldog, and who can take over games when Steph needs a break. Curry remains the heart and soul, the greatest shooter ever, the undisputed leader. But now, with Butler on the wing and Poeltl in the paint, Steph can focus even more on doing what he does best: warping defenses, moving off ball, and lighting teams up from deep. The burden on his shoulders just got a whole lot lighter, and that's bad news for the rest of the NBA. And let's not forget, this isn't just about defense. Poeltl brings real value on offense too. He's an excellent screener, which is perfect for Curry and Klay Thompson if he stays on the roster. He's great at rolling to the rim and finishing with soft hands. And perhaps most importantly, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. That's key when you're playing with high-usage stars like Steph and Butler. He knows his role, and he plays it with discipline and intelligence. Now, the Kai Sotto piece of this story is where things get really intriguing. The Warriors have been scouting young international talent aggressively, and Kai Sotto has been on their radar for months. The 7'3" Filipino sensation brings a unique combination of length, touch, and upside. While still raw in some areas, his ceiling is sky-high. Imagine a future frontcourt rotation with Sotto learning under Poeltl's guidance, alongside Green and possibly even Jonathan Kuminga playing small ball 4. That's a mix of size, skill, and youth that could keep the Warriors in championship conversations even after Curry and Butler step away. And the fanbase? Oh, they're loving it. Social media is blowing up right now. Warriors fans are already flooding the internet with lineup predictions, highlight edits, and hype reels of what this team could look like. Dub Nation is buzzing. And for good reason. This might be the most balanced and dangerous version of the Warriors we've seen in years. No longer just a small ball shooting team. Now they've got real size, physicality, and a deeper bench. The blueprint for another dynasty run is starting to come together. But let's also talk about what this move means for the Western Conference. The West is stacked: Denver, Phoenix, Minnesota, OKC, and of course, the Lakers. But this move sends a clear message: the Warriors aren't done. They're reloading, not rebuilding. And they're making the kind of high IQ moves that championship teams make. Poeltl might not be the flashiest name, but he's exactly what this team needed. And if they land Kai Sotto, that's the cherry on top. There are still questions to answer. Will Sotto sign this offseason, or are they targeting him in the near future? Will the Warriors move pieces like Moses Moody or Andrew Wiggins to make room for more frontcourt talent? And how will the chemistry develop between all these strong personalities: Steph, Butler, Poeltl, and potentially Sotto, all under one system? But if anyone can make it work, it's Steve Kerr. He's managed egos, injuries, and expectations like a pro for years now. And with the backing of a smart front office and one of the most passionate fanbases in the league, the Warriors are positioning themselves not just for a playoff run but for another championship banner. Think about this rotation: Steph Curry at the 1, Jimmy Butler at the 2, Andrew Wiggins or Klay at the 3, Draymond at the 4, and Poeltl anchoring the 5. Off the bench, you've got Jonathan Kuminga's explosiveness, Gary Payton II's defense, possibly Kai Sotto's size and upside, and Chris Paul's veteran leadership if he stays. That's depth. That's flexibility. That's a problem for every other team. And let's be real, Poeltl's arrival might just rejuvenate Draymond Green, too. Draymond has always been more effective when he's not the only big man battling down low. With Poeltl handling the dirty work inside, Draymond can focus on playmaking, switching, and being the vocal leader on defense. That pairing could be sneaky elite. From a cultural standpoint, Jakob Poeltl fits the Warriors' mold perfectly. He's humble, he works hard, he doesn't need the spotlight. He's the kind of guy who shows up, does his job, and helps teams win. That's been the Warriors' formula for success all along: great chemistry, selfless players, and smart basketball minds. As for Kai Sotto, the Warriors are playing the long game. They see the international market